Welcome to this contemplative meditation on the words of one of India's greatest modern-day sages, Sri Nisargadatta Maharaj. Now, contemplation is not just a practice, it's actually a pathway to spiritual awakening. It involves deeply pondering or contemplating the words of awakened beings and asking ourselves, how would my experience of life be different, or how would it change if I fully embraced the truth of these statements? So, given that, I encourage you to listen to this contemplative meditation multiple times over the coming week or weeks ahead, as this will allow the timeless wisdom to meet the ground of being within you and to be planted much like a seed which will eventually bloom in the fullness of your own awakening. Now, if you encounter any resistance to receiving this wisdom, I invite you to explore what that resistance is. Lean into it and investigate what thoughts, what feelings lie beneath it. This inquiry is an essential part of the practice of contemplation and your spiritual journey. And then finally, observe how this wisdom manifests in your everyday life. How does it change your perception? How does it change your interactions and your understanding of yourself? Regular contemplation is more than just practice. It's a spiritual approach to aligning with the ultimate truth, the truth of who you are and the true nature of reality. So let's begin. Just getting settled and closing your eyes. Noticing the surface underneath you and all the different places where the surface meets the different parts of your body. And gently bringing your awareness to your breath. And noticing where your breath goes as you breathe in and where it goes as you breathe out. And becoming aware of all the ways in which your breath is almost like a bridge between your outer world and your inner world. And with each breath, drawing a little bit closer into that place where everything that you've ever known or sensed or felt or imagined or dreamed or desired or experienced is held in timeless awareness. And as you come into this place, allowing all of your inner senses to begin to open. Your inner sense of seeing and hearing and touching and tasting and smelling. But especially and most importantly, allowing your deepest intuition, your deepest sense of just knowing, to begin to open quite widely as you prepare to receive the timeless wisdom of one of India's greatest modern day sages. The body appears in your mind. Your mind is the content of your consciousness. You are the motionless witness of the river of consciousness, which changes eternally without changing you in any way. Your own changelessness is so obvious that you do not notice it. Have a good look at yourself, and all these misapprehensions and misconceptions will dissolve. Just as all the little watery lives are in water and cannot be without water, so all the universe is in you and cannot be without you. God is only an idea in your mind. The fact is you. The only thing you know for sure is, here and now I am. Remove the here and now. The I am remains unassailable. The word exists in memory. Memory comes into consciousness. Consciousness exists in awareness. And awareness is the reflection of the light on the waters of existence. Even to say, I am the world is me, is a sign of ignorance. But when I keep in mind and confirm in life my identity with the world, a power arises in me which destroys the ignorance, burns it up completely. All I can say truly is, I am. All else is inference. But the inference has become a habit. Destroy all habits of thinking and seeing. The sense I am is the manifestation of a deeper cause, which you may call self, God, reality, or by any other name. The I am is in the world, but it is the key which can open the door out of the world. The moon dancing on the water is seen in the water, but it is caused by the moon in the sky and not by the water. The world of absolute reality onto which your mind has projected a world of relative unreality is independent of yourself, for the very simple reason that it is yourself. Examine the motion of change and you will see. What can change while you do not change can be said to be independent of you. But what is changeless must be one with whatever else is changeless. For duality implies interaction, and interaction means change. In other words, the absolutely material and the absolutely spiritual, the totally objective and the totally subjective are identical, both in substance and essence. The main point to grasp is that you have projected onto yourself a world of your own imagination based on memories, on desires and fears, and that you have imprisoned yourself in it. Break the spell and be free. assert your independence in thought and action. After all hangs on your faith in yourself, on the conviction that what you see and hear, think and feel is real. Why not question your faith? No doubt this world is painted by you on the screen of consciousness and is entirely your own private world. Only your sense, I am, though in the world, is not of the world. By no effort of logic or imagination can you change the I am into I am not. In the very denial of your being, you assert it. Once you realize that the world is your own projection, you are free of it. You need not free yourself of a world that does not exist, except in your own imagination. However is the picture beautiful or ugly, you are painting it, and you are not bound by it. Realize that there is nobody to force it on you. That is due to the habit of taking the imaginary to be real. See the imaginary as imaginary and be free of fear. And just as the colors in this carpet are brought out by light, but light is not the color, so is the world caused by you, but you are not the world. That which creates and sustains the world, you may call it God or Providence, but ultimately, you are the proof that God exists, not the other way around. For before any question about God can be put, you must be there to put it. Even the experiencer is secondary. Primary is the infinite expanse of consciousness, the eternal possibility, the immeasurable potential of all that was, is, and will be. When you look at anything, it is the ultimate that you see, but you imagine that you see a cloud or a tree. Learn begin to look without imagination, to listen without distortion. That is all. Stop attributing names and shapes to the essentially nameless and formless. Realize that every mode of perception is subjective, that what is seen or heard, touched, or smelt or felt or thought, expected or imagined is in the mind and not in reality. And you will experience peace and freedom from fear. Even the sense of I am is composed of the pure light and the sense of being. The I is there even without the am. So is the pure light there, whether you say I or not. Become aware of that pure light and you will never lose it. The beingness in being, the awareness in consciousness, the interest in every experience that is not describable yet perfectly accessible, for there is nothing else.